This Game Rant article says that EA may have set the bar too high for college football 26. Now that right there is a hot take, man. So kind of a summary of what they're saying in this article is that college football 25 had too much hype attached to it for college football 26 to be of any interest to people. Now I can kind of see where he's coming from. College football 25 was the first college football game in 10 years. Now obviously the hype was massive for this game. I don't even know how many sales they got, but the numbers were insane. And now that the hype for a college football game has very much died down, Game Rant is saying that college football 26 will have no hype attached to it whatsoever. And I can honestly 100% understand where whoever wrote this article is coming from. By Gozi Ibekwe. My bad if I'm saying that wrong, but that is who wrote the article. I kind of agree with him, but I kind of don't at the same time. I'm kind of in the middle spot here. This game had so much hype. I was so hyped for it too. I bought the game as soon as you could pre-order it almost. Played it for about 2 weeks straight, and now I just play it every now and then. So the hype has definitely died down for most people, at least for me. I'm not as interested in playing the game anymore. But that right there brings us to college football 26 possibly not being as hyped as college football 25 was. I think if EA does it right, it definitely can be, because college football 25, if you guys have played it for a while, you'll notice the game does kind of feel empty and a little bit bare bones, except for the fact that it's college football, right? And you know, we are blessed obviously to have a college football game finally, but I made a video on this about a month or two ago. The game does feel empty. It doesn't have that same vibe that NCAA 14 had. It doesn't seem to have all the bells and whistles a college football game really could have. And don't get me wrong, EA did an excellent job on college football 25. They definitely delivered, but I think what that game was mostly riding on was just the fact that that game was college football. So the important thing for EA to do in college football 26 is to build on the just college football experience, obviously, to add more game modes, give the fans what they want, because there was some negative response when this game launched. One of the biggest things I saw was about customization when it came to Dynasty. You couldn't name the players what you wanted, you couldn't change their stats. It was kind of different from NCAA 14. The OGs that played NCAA 14, you'll know that customization was kind of insane in that game. You could play it however you wanted. If you wanted to have a fun experience where your team would absolutely rail everyone, run through everyone. Okay, that's not much better. Okay, but you get what I'm trying to say. You could do that. Or if you want a challenging experience, you could do that as well, because I believe the game actually lets you change the stats of your players in the depth chart, which you can't do now. You don't really have a choice but to build your team from the ground up in college football 25's Dynasty. Obviously, you can't start with a powerhouse team, but if you're starting with a team like, let's say, Army, you have to build that team up. You can't really just put star players on the team right away. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you might be able to do that in, you know, the team roster customization before you start your Dynasty. But once you actually get to your Dynasty, you're kind of limited as to what you can do customization wise. And college football 26 just has to take those complaints into account and listen to the community. That's what games fail to do nowadays. Listen to the community. If you listen to the community and implement what the fans want, you are going to be successful. You are going to have a good game. And here's another thing. You can't play co-op in college football 25 unless you're an ultimate team. Like, what? You're telling me I have to start an ultimate team to play co-op with a friend? Why can't we just do it regular teams? You know what I mean? I might be the only person complaining about that, but it's kind of annoying. And I know I went on a little bit of a tangent here, you know, about the different game modes and customization and such, but that's the thing. College football 26, if they build on that, it'll be a solid game. But I 100% understand where the article is coming from, because this is the first college football game in 10 years. So obviously people have been wanting that. So the hype was big. So basically everybody that owns an Xbox, or everybody's a college football fan that owns an Xbox, bought the game. I don't think the hype is going to die out near college football 26, but maybe a couple of games after, or maybe even college football 27, the hype will definitely have died down quite a bit, because we're just kind of FIFA or Madden are a regular thing now. And like, this guy mentioned this in an article as well. He thinks college football 26 will kind of be just like Madden and FIFA. It's just going to be the same game over and over, and everybody's going to complain about it. I don't think that's going to happen just yet with college football 26, but I definitely think it will happen in the future with college football games, because everybody's just going to get used to having a college football game, and there will be no hype anymore. The hype will be very minimum every time a new game comes out, because that's how it is with sports games. Because let's be real, sports games, you can't really change a whole lot. I mean, you can make minor improvements to the gameplay, but overall, there's not a whole lot you can do when it comes to sports games to make them different. Obviously, like I said, game modes, minor gameplay improvements, and other details, visuals. But other than that, there's not a whole lot game companies can do to make sports games a whole lot different than the previous year. Obviously, there is the bare minimum, which companies like 2K failed to do. But I don't think College Football 26 will be a bad game as long as, like I said, EA builds upon College Football 25 instead of making the same somewhat mediocre college football experience. Because honestly, if this was a Madden game, it would be kind of mid. What's carrying it, like I said, is just the fact that it is college football. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think College Football 26 will be worse, or do you think EA will actually make improvements based on College Football 25? Hey, if y'all enjoyed the video, man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.